What's up guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I am going to be talking about 5 tips that I would give myself if I could go back and talk to 14-year-old Megan lying in her hospital bed. But really, as I was writing my thoughts down for this video, I realized that these can be tips that you can apply to your everyday life. Even if you haven't gone through something, I think that these are really important tips that you can just apply on a day-to-day basis, and they can really dramatically affect your life in a positive way. So, whether you're going through something or you're not, keep watching. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button if you like it, and subscribe if you're not already. So first, I would honestly just tell myself that it was gonna be hard for a long time.
If it were easy, there'd be no Denzel Washington. But
at the end of the day, things are going to get better. You are going to overcome it. But it is imperative that you believe in yourself.
Yo, you can do anything!
You have to trust yourself and know that you can handle something like this. Otherwise, you won't be able to. Your mental game and how you talk to yourself in your head has so much effect on your life, and that is, I can't stress that enough. Like, what you say to yourself, your internal dialogue, how you hold yourself, how you see yourself has so much effect on just your day-to-day life and how other people see you and the quality of your life. Things will get better after 2 things happen. One, after you've allowed yourself time to grieve, because like I've said in a million other videos, allowing yourself to feel pain and go through grief is really, really essential to your psyche and just your well-being. But deep down, we all have that primal fighting spirit, and you have to really channel that when you're going through grief, because it's not easy to get over, and you really have to muster all the strength in you and realize this is your reality and you gotta do what you can with what you have. And you will literally feel it inside of you when you are ready to get better and stop looking back and start moving forward. Eventually that will build, and you'll build confidence on, like for me, I built confidence on doing things with one hand. I got better, and I started not caring what other people thought about me. I just focused on how I thought about myself, and it made life so much easier. Because if your opinion of yourself is what matters the most to you, then other people's opinions of you won't infiltrate your mind, because at the end of the day, they don't matter. So stop living for everybody else. If someone comes up to you and expects you to be so sad and helpless and you're not, you don't have to fit that mold for them. You don't have to feel sorry for yourself just because they feel sorry for you. You know what you're going through. You know you're capable of overcoming it, so just do it.
Just do it!
But moreover, you have to decide that you're ready to get better. You have to make the decision for yourself and say, okay, I'm ready to get better. I'm ready to create a new life for myself. I know I can do it.
Yes, you can! Just do it!
And so the next kind of tip or piece of advice I would give myself is, don't let other people's feelings about the situation or about you or their opinions penetrate your mind. And don't let that affect your day. If you're feeling good, it's not your responsibility to, 1, absorb their emotions or their feelings, or 2, make them feel better. For example, if I was in my hospital bed, or if you're in your hospital bed, or if you've been in a hospital bed, or if you're just having a good day in general, don't let someone who's sad come in and make you feel like you need to be sad too. You don't need to be sad too. You don't need to pity yourself just because someone's pitying you. The point I'm trying to make is that your internal dialogue and what you say to yourself on a daily basis manifests, and eventually it makes you who you are. Most people, when they're in this state of just like, I don't know what the to do, are seeking out other people's advice. And I would say to my younger self, be careful whose advice it is that you're seeking, because not everybody has your best interests in mind. I read something the other day that said, there is absolutely no point of complaining, because 80% of the people that you are going to complain to don't care, and the other 20% are actually kind of glad that you are dealing with those issues. So just to put it in perspective for you, only seek advice from wise counsel. Pick 1 or 2 people that you know have your best interest in mind, that you know you can trust, that you know love you and care about you, and go to those people every time for advice, or if you need to vent, or whatever it may be. I would also tell myself to do more than what is expected of you. When I lost my arm, a lot of excuses were made for me, especially in school with my teachers. I had a lot of breaks cut for me and a lot of shortcuts made, and it really didn't benefit me in the long run. The first semester or quarter or whatever I went back to school, my report card literally would read A, F, A, F, because the A's were the classes where teachers were cutting corners for me and, you know, not making me do assignments or labs. And the F's were teachers who were like, no, I expect just as much of you as I do any other student. And the bottom line is I wasn't producing anything. I was never at school, which I've talked about in other videos, and I wasn't being a student. And so the fact that I got A's, I didn't deserve those A's. That really hurt me in the long run because I didn't learn. I mean, I read a ton growing up and I was always paying attention, but I think that I didn't learn things as well as I could have had I really applied myself. And of course I've made up for that because that was a major insecurity of mine for a while. Because being smart and articulate and being able to express myself became such a huge thing to me, because I realized how much that could do for you when you could talk about how you feel and why you do certain things and just express yourself and help people understand you. That led to so much positive growth for me personally, and so it really became like a huge strength of mine, but it was a weakness at one point, and you can do that too. So essentially the piece of advice to take from all of that would be, don't let other people set your limitations, because that's your job.
There are no limits, all right? You can swim across the Atlantic.
And you know what you're capable of more than anyone else. So
you can jump real high and touch the moon.
So the last and most important piece of advice that I would give myself if I could go back and talk to myself in the hospital would be to become an optimist. I was pretty optimistic myself in the hospital, and I think that optimism slowly faded away as, you know, the attempts to save my arm failed, and then I got out of the hospital and you receive all this pity and you have this new body and you don't know like what you're supposed to be doing. I would definitely tell myself to surround myself with optimists, because I think that going through grief, I surrounded myself with people who were cynical and pessimistic, and it didn't benefit me whatsoever. So whatever that saying is, the 4 or 5 people that you surround yourself, that's what you become. That is so true, because I've surrounded myself with people who were really unhappy and I became really unhappy. But you know, that's a choice. That's a choice that I made to surround myself with those people. And now I surround myself with people who love me, care about me, have my best interest in mind, and want to grow and do big things and make a difference in this world like I do. So that's the path that I'm on now. But at one point I wasn't on this path. You can change it. You can cut toxic people, and sometimes that has to be your family. I have a bit of an adopted family in Washington State, and she was basically like my big sister. Always said that you pick your family, and that's really stuck with me, because it's true. Your family doesn't have to be your immediate family. Your family is who you choose to surround yourself with, who you choose to seek wise counsel from, and make those people a part of your life. Telling yourself you can do it will really produce those results. Like I said, what you say in your head manifests and becomes reality. So to just kind of summarize, my tips would be to have faith in yourself and your abilities. Know that you can overcome it. Don't let other people project their feelings onto you or set limitations for you. Set your own limitations. Don't stay in denial for too long, because it really holds you in one place and eliminates any possible growth that you may be able to have. And finally, become an optimist. See the good. You know, I could have lost half my face, but I lost my arm. I still have my mind. I'm still able to sit here and film, edit, and upload YouTube videos. You know, life's not that bad. And even when I was in the hospital, yeah, I was in pain and I had tubes on every friggin' hole in my body, but I knew that I was never gonna have to be there again. And yeah, I was suffering, but at least none of my 3 younger siblings were suffering. So it's just putting it into perspective like that can help you so much. Eliminate negative and toxic people. Eliminate people that feel sorry for you. Eliminate people that make excuses for you. And if you know you can do it, don't let anything stop you.
Anything's possible. The world is yours.
So anyway, guys, that is my Monday motivation rant. Those are 5 tips that I would give myself if I could go back and talk to myself when I was in the hospital. But these are also tips that you can apply if you've never lost a limb, if you're just your average Joe working your 9 to 5. Be an optimist, set your own expectations, set your own limitations, and keep that positive internal dialogue.
Just do it!
Anyway, that's a wrap for this video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you guys on Thursday.